Y'all, I cannot even begin to tell you how much it's like there's so much going on. It's absolutely crazy. Did you guys hear that there is a guy, his name is David. He's like a musical sensation. He's on world tour right now. They found his Tesla on the streets of Los Angeles with a dead body inside, decomposing. Apparently his car, I don't know if he ever reported it stolen or not, but they found a car with Texas plates. We're just going to jump right into it. They found a car on the streets of Los Angeles with Texas plates, and the neighbors had been complaining. You know, when there's a car out of place, it's just sitting for way too long. Neighbors complaining, calling in. They come, they tow the car. The car gets a ticket. A few days later, the car gets towed. The car's at the tow yard, and they start to smell something extra nasty. They start checking cars. It's that car. Open it up, and there's a dead body inside the car, inside the front trunk. You know, in Teslas, they have a trunk in the front. The guy's on world tour. He's been on tour since the beginning of August. We don't know what the circumstances are revolving around the vehicle going missing. If he reported it, if he was even knowledgeable about it, who this person is, are they tied to him? Was this an accident? Was this, probably not an accident. People do climb into stupid stuff and get caught and die. It does happen. But this person was found like in a plastic bag or something. So probably not, unless they're just completely insane, that they would have tied themselves up into a bag, figured out a way to close the hood and let themselves die in there. But stranger things have happened, and we are in very strange times right now. Anyway, we're going to talk about that in a minute. And then there's also a very strange set of circumstances going on in another part of Los Angeles with somebody else. It's like I don't even know where to start, but very, very strange. So this was let's just jump right into it. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible what's going on right now. This guy is like a superstar. I've never heard of him before in my life, but I think if you're of a certain age, you would have. Now, when I've heard a couple of his songs, I'm like, oh, I've heard that on TikTok. I've heard that before. But he has a song called Romantic Homicide. And I was like, what? Romantic Homicide? That's the name of his song? Girl. And then he's over there performing in like a button down with like what looks like blood splatters on it. Very, very odd. Very odd, very strange, very much giving what is really going on. But let's hear about it just a little bit. But yeah, David it's D4VD, but it's David. Let's get into it. It's just absolutely incredible what's going on right now. It's just hold on, let's do this right here. Okay.
Los Angeles has led to a police investigation on the West Coast. Authorities say they were called to an impound lot in Hollywood after someone noticed a foul odor coming from a car. Once inside, they discovered a decomposing body wrapped in plastic. The car, which was a Tesla that belonged to a singer and Queens native who goes by the name David, spelled with A4 period. Well, Sophie Flay from our sister station KABC has more.
A foul smell coming from a Tesla at a tow yard in Hollywood turned out to be decomposing human remains in a bag found inside the car. Eyewitness News confirming that vehicle is registered to 20-year-old singer David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke. One of his fans showing up with a sign that reads, "David didn't do it."
It doesn't feel real. I'm kind of in disbelief still. I don't know if it's a lot. It's just a lot.
Los Angeles police made the gruesome discovery Monday, but says the impounded car had been parked at the tow yard for 2 days after it was abandoned on a street in the neighborhood. Police saying the victim found inside the front trunk had been dead for some time.
But the first thing that goes through my head is that I'm going to be watching the series on Netflix in like a year. Like, this is a big deal.
The singer has more than 33 million monthly listeners on Spotify, known for his viral hits Romantic Homicide and Here With Me.
I don't care how long it takes.
David is currently on tour. ABC News' Gio Benitez interviewed the multi-platinum singer on ABC News Live 2 weeks ago.
Touring is like the best thing you can do as an artist because you're seeing your listeners in real life and in real time.
We've reached out to David and his reps for a comment, but haven't heard back.
And that was Sophie Flav reporting. David is scheduled to perform tonight in Minneapolis.
I mean, the one thing that just doesn't look
AFENI
good is
new
that
development.
he's got a bunch of music that romanticizes homicide. It's very strange.
Tonight after a gruesome discovery at a Hollywood tow yard. NBC4 Investigates was the first to report the discovery of a body inside of a Tesla that we now know belongs to the singer David. Singer is currently on tour and is scheduled to perform tonight in Minneapolis. A spokesperson tells us that he is fully cooperating with police, but right now, a mystery still remains.
Who knows David that's missing? Somebody in his circle knows that someone could potentially be missing. Or what happened to your Tesla? How long have you been out of town? Did you know your Tesla was missing? Where is your ring footage? Where is your security cams at your house? When did your car go missing? Let's get a hold of Tesla. Hand us your phone, okay? Because I think most Teslas, you can't even operate it without your phone. Aren't Teslas operated via app? Hello? Aren't they? I feel like they're I don't have a Tesla, so I don't know. But I heard that Teslas are operated with your app in your phone. I mean, sir, you might have to cancel your tour. You got to come answer some questions. Somebody's child was in the boot of your car. And they're going to need for you to make a pit stop to LA, or LA is going to come to you and start asking you some questions.
Our investigative reporter Eric Litter joins us live from our newsroom. And Eric, we're learning that car was sitting on the street for quite some time here, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Michael. Homicide detectives on this case say they believe the person found inside the front trunk of the Tesla yesterday was a woman, but they say it's still far too soon to say for certain if she was the victim of a murder. But that said, our contacts tell us there are sinister signs that this was a crime, but one that could be more than a month old. This was the scene yesterday as detectives and criminalists examined the human remains discovered inside this black Tesla sedan. Several law enforcement sources tell us they believe the dead person was a woman and her body was wrapped in a unique container. All of that weighs into the investigators' belief that she was likely the victim of a crime. The condition of her remains were extremely decomposed, making identification and the rest of the investigation much more difficult. Today, we learned the car had been parked right here at the intersection of Doheny.
I mean, don't you get alerts and stuff? Or hasn't anyone said, hey, I'm at your house watering your plants, your Tesla's missing? Like, or wouldn't you get a notification your car's on the move? Something?
And Bluebird, right on the border between LA, West Hollywood, and Beverly Hills. Neighbors and people working in the area today told me the car had been there for at least a month. City records show the black Tesla with Texas license plates was ticketed once on September 3rd for being parked in the same place for more than 72 hours, but it wasn't towed until last Friday. Then the remains were found yesterday when workers at that tow yard said they noticed the odor of decomposition. As you mentioned, this Tesla is registered to this pop singer who goes by David, spelled D4VD. And the rep for the performer said he's out on tour, out of state, but has been in contact with and is cooperating with police. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Eric, thank you. And developing in South LA, a separate discovery of human remains inside an impounded car. This one was at a tow yard in South LA on Gay.
So something else happened, another body found in another vehicle, but it doesn't really apply, so we're just going to move. Just keep going on that one.
Tonight, the disturbing discovery in the trunk of a car involving a famous musician and his Tesla. That Tesla had been towed away, and authorities later finding human...
David, I'm sorry. David just seems a little weird enough that I've got questions, but I mean, hey, look, weird shit happens, but it's just funny that you're in like a very technologically, you have a very tech vehicle, and I'm just wondering if any of the automation is going to help figure this out. And it's, he's out of the country, okay. Now he's back in the country, and I guess the investigation is beginning, and I guess they'll see how his home was left, how was the vehicle reported stolen? Did you notice your car was on the move? Did anybody contact you? Can you hand us your phone? All of those things. There's just a lot there. Who in your life is missing? If this is someone you could potentially know, like just so many questions.
Remains inside a bag in the front trunk of that Tesla. Here's Matt Gutman tonight.
Tonight, the Los Angeles Police Department is investigating a gruesome discovery at an impound lot. Human remains found inside a Tesla, that vehicle belonging to a chart-topping musician. On Monday afternoon, officers responding to this Hollywood tow yard after reports of a foul odor coming from one of the vehicles. The car had been at the lot for 2 days after it was found abandoned on a street, according to law enforcement sources. And inside that front trunk compartment, extremely decomposed human remains in a bag. The medical examiner now working to identify the remains and determine a cause of death. The car is registered to 20-year-old David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David. He first went viral on TikTok, known for hits such as Here With Me and Feel It. Baby girl, I know. His music, a mix of indie pop and R&B, reaching 33 million monthly listeners on Spotify. The singer is currently on tour and set to perform tonight in Minneapolis.
David, law enforcement sources tell me that until the coroner's office can make a determination about those human remains, and that could take a couple of days, they will continue to treat this as a homicide investigation. And no comment yet from the artist. David,
back up.
I mean, damn, that's so weird, right? Bible lady is at the doctor's office bushes. Okay. All right. Hold on a second, guys. Let's pivot. So not a lot of detail there, but we're going to be keeping our eyes and ears open as soon as they have some detail for us on who the victim is, who they think that is, who's missing, who's gone. And so this is another LA story, you guys. This is so strange. Whoever said that they were watching World News last night, I'm sure you saw this. This is going to blow your mind. Okay. This one is odd. Okay.
Luring men through a dating app with
this guy's named Rockim Prowell. He is supposed to be some sort of dating app killer. Also, he's got 30 burglaries in and around Beverly Hills wearing a weird, freakish mask.
Intent to kill. Prosecutors say a man from Inglewood killed 2 and tried to kill a 3rd. And NBC4 has confirmed
that's him with a mask on, y'all.
Another string of crimes linked to the same man in costume and wearing a Michael Myers mask. Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Johnson. These crimes date back to 2019. And if not for a recent victim escaping, police say he could still be out there. NBC4's Darsha Phillips live in downtown LA now with the details for us. Darsha.
Carolyn, the DA says that this man preyed on his victims. He lured them through an online dating app to a certain location and then attacked him. And then also the DA says that this guy had a very chilling criminal past. Take a look at these photos. These photos of a man wearing a Michael Myers mask is the alleged murderer. According to police, 34-year-old Rockim Prowell burglarized homes in Beverly Hills wearing this mask. Those burglaries happened in 2019 to 2020. Prowell.
Girl, if somebody busted in my house with some shit like that, I think I would pass out. I swear to God, I would just be like, Jesus, take me now. I don't know what I would do. And he's got on a Dexter suit. Do you see this? He's wearing head to toe like a white lab suit. He's wearing like something like Dexter would wear. I don't even know what to say. I can't even stop shaking my head. Okay.
Was caught and was put on probation, but his crimes apparently only escalated. Here's some pictures of Prowell without the mask. This is actually his booking photo after he was arrested last week. Prowell was also in court today facing murder and attempted murder charges. His first victim in July 2021, 51-year-old Miguel Angel King, police say met with Prowell after connecting on a dating app. Now, according to police, Prowell shot King and stole his car and dumped King's body in the Angeles National Forest, where it was found a month later. Then his second victim in August 2023, 53-year-old Robert Gutierrez met Powell on the same online dating site. 2 days later, Gutierrez's family reported him missing. He has never been found. And in February of this year, a 40-year-old man connected with Prowell again on a dating app. When they met up, police say Prowell bound the victim, stole his wallet, and beat him with a baseball bat. The victim managed to escape, but Prowell chased him and struck him with his car, breaking the victim's leg. The victim did survive. Police arrested Prowell last week at his home in Inglewood and say they found his second victim's car parked in his garage and forensic evidence linking him to the first victim and the victim who survived. Now, back here live, the district attorney says if convicted of these charges, Prowell could face the death penalty or life without the possibility of parole. That's the latest from downtown.
And as he should.
Los Angeles tonight. I'm Darsha Phillips, NBC4 News.
Okay, is this another one? Okay. All right, we're going to get into this in just a second, but hold on. Let me just, this statement from LA, from the LA District Attorney's Office. Okay, this is going to, let's see. Y'all might be able to see. Hold on, let me pull it out and make it bigger. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better, right? So on September 8th, Inglewood man charged with killing two men trying to kill another after meeting them on online dating apps. Los Angeles, a 34-year-old man was charged today with murdering two men and attempting to kill another after meeting the victims via an online dating app. Imagine the terror and horror of these victims felt after being duped into believing they were meeting for one reason, only to face inexplicable violence. Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan J. Hockman said these were predatory acts that showed a total disregard for life. This suspect has now been stopped in his tracks because of the diligent and tenacious work done by investigators at both the LAPD and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Rockim Prowell, birthday 12/18/90 in Inglewood, was charged in case 25 CJCF05804 with 2 counts of murder with special circumstance allegations of multiple murders. He also faces 1 count of attempted murder, 2 counts of carjacking, second-degree burglary, and 1 count of assault with a deadly weapon. Prowell is expected to be arraigned today in Department 30 at the Clara Shortridge Foltz Criminal Justice Center. On July 20th, 2021, Miguel Angel King, 51, met with Prowell after the 2 men talked online on an online dating app. Prowell is accused of fatally shooting the victim and stealing his car. King's vehicle was found more than a week later, several miles from Prowell's home. Forensic evidence recovered from the vehicle linked Prowell to the slaying. King's remains were found August 14th, 2021 in the Angeles National Forest. On August 21st, 2023, Robert Gutierrez, 53, and Prowell agreed to meet at a location about a mile from Prowell's home. Both men had interacted on the same online dating app. 2 days later, Gutierrez's family reported him missing. His body has still not been located. When investigators arrested Prowell last week, they found Gutierrez's car in the defendant's garage. Additional evidence linked to Prowell to the killing of Gutierrez. On February 22nd, 2025, 40-year-old man and Prowell connected on the same online dating app and met about 4 miles from Prowell, where Prowell lived. Prowell allegedly bound him, stole his wallet, beat him with a baseball bat. The victim managed to escape, but Prowell chased the man in a vehicle, striking him and breaking his leg. Do you imagine getting away only to be run down by a car? Okay? To the point where your leg is broken? Baby, you know how hard it is to break your leg? Prowell is currently on probation for 2 separate cases for a series of burglaries he committed in Beverly Hills and Los Angeles between 2019 and 2021. If convicted as charged, Prowell faces death or life in state prison without the possibility of parole. They better not let him loose. This is someone who does not need to be like, oh my God, we let him out by mistake type of thing. They need to handle this business, okay? If convicted as charged, Prowell faces death or life in prison without the possibility of parole. A decision on whether to seek the death penalty will be made at a later date. The case is being prosecuted by the Deputy District Attorney, John Lewin, of the Cold Case Unit of Major Crimes Division and remains under investigation by Los Angeles Police Department, Robbery Homicide Division, and the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department Homicide Bureau. Baby, my God. Okay. Then, but yeah, I didn't see anything I looked up his situation. I wanted to see the actual criminal complaint. I'm going to have to send a request to see if I can get it. This is his file right now. These are all the charges that they said. He's got plenty. This is what he's got going on as far as charges. This is him right here, Rockim Prowell. This is his case. It's very new, so there's not a whole lot going on here. No additional court yet. He just got arraigned, so the only thing that's on here is the arraignment and plea on the 8th. So today's the 10th. There's nothing else going on yet. I'm going to be checking back to see when they post the complaint and that stuff to see what like the official narrative is, but that was what came from the LA District Attorney's office. And but let's get back over here for a sec and hear a little bit more, but it's unbelievable.
An Inglewood man is charged with murdering 2 men he met on a dating app, trying to kill a third. 34-year-old Rockim Prowell was arraigned today in downtown LA. He's accused of killing Miguel King in 2021, whose body was found in the Angeles National Forest, and Robert Gutierrez in 2023. His body was never found. Prowell is also facing 1 count of attempted murder, 2 counts of carjacking, assault with a deadly weapon, and burglary. He was arrested last Thursday and has been behind bars ever since. He had been on probation for a series of high-profile burglaries. And why you're seeing this picture here, this happened between 2019 and 2021. Investigators say he used a mask and disguised himself as a white man. It's one of those full rubber face masks, very realistic looking. If Prowell is convicted as charged in the dating app deaths, he faces.
It's not even that it's realistic in the sense that I guess it does kind of look like a white guy. It just doesn't look like the black man that's in front of us. I'm not going to say that it doesn't look fake. We'd have to see it up front, and I will hope to never have to see anything like this in my face. But what I'm going to say is this. It doesn't look like that man that they got up under arrest right now. It doesn't look like him. That's what I can say. I don't know if it's realistic or not, but this don't look like this. Do you imagine? These people out here are acting a pure fool.
It's one of those full rubber face masks, very realistic looking. If Prowell is convicted as charged in the dating app deaths, he faces death or life in prison without the possibility of parole.
County Sheriff's Department, Los Angeles County, Los Angeles Sheriff Robert Luna.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta is suing LA County and the Sheriff's Department.
Look at him prowling outside people's homes. Do you imagine if you're looking on your cameras and you see this nonsense going on? Baby. I would have a gun in my waist, a gun in every hand, screaming for the police to come. Do you look at this? This fool. He wasn't just a dating app dude. He was over here stealing from people's houses.
Tried to kill a third, and NBC4 has confirmed luring men through a dating app with the intent to kill. Prosecutors say a man from Inglewood killed two and tried to kill a third, and NBC4 has confirmed another string of crimes linked to the same man in costume and wearing a Michael Myers mask.
Baby, he was picking up men. He killed two men. And he was getting ready to get another one. So, but everybody needs to be careful because there's some real clowns out here.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Johnson. These crimes date back to 2019. And if not for a recent victim escaping, police say he could still be out there. NBC4's Starsha Phillips live in
I think we
downtown
saw
LA
this
now
one
with the
already.
Details for us, Starsha.
Carolyn, the DA says that this man preyed on his victims. He lured them through an online dating app to a certain location and then attacked him. And then also the DA says that this guy had a very chilling criminal past. Take a look at these photos. These photos of a man wearing a Michael Myers mask is the alleged murderer. According to police, 34-year-old Rockim Prowell burglarized homes in Beverly Hills wearing this mask. Those burglaries happened in 2019 to 2020. Prowell was caught and was put on probation, but his crimes apparently only escalated. Here's some pictures of Prowell without the mask. This is actually his booking photo after he was arrested last week. Prowell was also in court today facing murder and attempted murder charges. His first victim in July 2021, 51-year-old Miguel Angel King, police say met with Prowell after connecting on a dating app. Now, according to police, Prowell shot King and stole his car and dumped King's body in the Angeles National Forest, where it was found a month later. Then his second victim in August 2023, 53-year-old Robert Gutierrez met Powell on the same online dating site. 2 days later,
That's the picture I wanted you guys to see.
Gutierrez's family reported him.
Can you believe this?
Missing. He has never been found. And in February of this year, a 40-year-old man connected with Prowell again on a dating app. When they met up, police say Prowell bound the victim, stole his wallet, and beat him with a baseball bat. The victim managed to escape, but Prowell chased him and struck him with his car, breaking the victim's leg. The victim did survive. Police arrested Prowell last week at his home in Inglewood and say they found his second victim's car parked in his garage and forensic evidence linking him to the first victim and the victim who survived. Now, back here live, the district attorney says if convicted of these charges, Prowell could face the death penalty or life without the possibility of parole. That's the latest from downtown Los Angeles tonight. I'm Darcia Phillips, NBC4 News.
Okay, sorry about that. I showed that to you guys 2 times, but it just it's pretty unbelievable. 1 second. I saw something about him. I was reading something earlier about him having 30 burglaries in and around Los Angeles, which was mind-blowing to me, because this is another case of why was he on the streets? Because this is absolutely nuts. Oh, this is the one I wanted to show you guys. Sorry, my bad. Okay, Beverly Hills Police Department Thursday announced that a man suspected of more than 30 Los Angeles area burglaries had been arrested. This dude, okay? A mess. $30 burglaries. According to Beverly Hills Police Department, 33-year-old Rockim Prowell of Inglewood was pulled over May 2nd by Beverly Hills Police Department. During an investigation, they found a face mask and other items still connected him to 2 residential burglaries in the city. Police said the vehicle Prowell was driving was also determined to be stolen. Prowell had been charged with 2 counts of burglary, 2 counts of grand theft, and 1 count of vandalism. When officers conducted a search at Prowell's Englewood home, the department said items connected to him to additional burglaries were recovered. Earlier on Thursday, Los Angeles Police Department put out a now deleted tweet asking if anyone had surveillance video of the suspected masked bandit. It was odd. The burglar's mouth was open when seen on surveillance video, the department wrote. When he was caught freaking off. No, I'm just kidding. When he was caught breaking into another home, we discovered why. The tweet included images of the suspect wearing the mask as well as a photo of the mask. According to BHPD, Prowell was suspected in numerous residential burglaries within the Southern California area. Y'all, this was May. This was May 2021. Now, 2.5 murders. 2 murders. 1 attempted murder, y'all. Same dude doing the same things. Can you believe this? Okay. All right. One last thing, and then I'm going to let y'all go because we were live earlier and I'm not trying to hold you guys too long, but I don't know if you guys did not see this, and we have been following this case. So your girl was in court, and she had her psychological evaluation. She has court again coming up, but let's pivot. Girl, AFENI Muhammad. Okay, AFENI Muhammad had court. She did have her psych evaluation, and they have not gotten back the paperwork, so they could not completely proceed. But let's hear what happened. If you missed this, I did publish this, but if you missed it, let's get into it.
Calling file number 25354FY, People versus Afeni Badu Muhammad.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Dale Vandervrede appearing on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, good afternoon. Josh Jones appearing on behalf of Ms. Muhammad.
Your name, please?
AFENI Badu Muhammad.
Your Honor, today is the date and time the court set for a review date after the defendant was referred for competency and culpability at the Forensic Center. Today, we still have not yet received the report. Mr. Jones spoke with her, and I believe she was interviewed just last week. So I think we would anticipate having that report within the next 2 to 3 weeks or so.
Your Honor, we leave it to that is correct. I knew she was being interviewed. I've spoken to the doctor. In regards to the time of the report, we leave it to the discretion on when we want to come back. But we're hoping that we do have the report soon. We just don't know exactly how long they're going to take to produce the report.
I agree with you. Not very speedy.
No, but I know it doesn't take overly long unless they're waiting on documents or records from other facilities. So
I don't know if it makes sense to go out 30 days. I know that's what you're requesting. We do that. We're looking at a PCC date for October 8th at 1 o'clock and preliminary examination. I'm going to set it for the 15th, but you'll probably need a full day, I'm assuming,
correct, Your Honor.
for that, so we can pick a Friday date certain. Do you want to do that now?
I prefer to wait, Your Honor.
All right.
And that way we know we have the report, and if we're going to have a hearing before then, I think we'll know that at the PCC.
Correct, Your Honor. I mean, so if the court, I know the court likes tagging along the exam. If the court wants to continue to do that, I would just leave it on for the next week. If I have no objection to removing that date until we know for certain on what we're doing. And we can always call the court if we get the report a lot sooner than closer to the farther away from the 8th
Well,
than
the
closer to.
problem with that is our docket fills up. And
I
if
know.
you call and you have it and you want to back into a date, so I want to give you a date that's
I just say
maybe
that.
a fair reflection of what you need. And you're asking for 30 days, correct?
Correct, Your Honor. And I just say that in the sense of if the court has room. We're flexible.
But as an officer of the court, you can report that they have interviewed her, correct?
Correct, Your Honor. Again, the doctor indicated that she was going to be interviewed last week, and the client today has indicated that that did occur. So,
All right, probable cause conference will be on October 8th at 1 p.m. I'm going to set an initial preliminary examination date for October 15th at 1 p.m. with the understanding that it's probably not going to go on that day. We're going to need to pick a full day, which I usually do my exams on Fridays. But at least by the 8th, we'll have an idea of what direction this is going and what we need to do.
correct, Your Honor.
All right.
And I would agree with that.
Concludes this matter for today. Probable cause conference, October 8th, 1 o'clock. Preliminary exam, October 15th at 1 o'clock.
Very good. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, so AFENI, as you heard, they're waiting for the paperwork. They're not proceeding until they get the affirmative from the doctor that she is okay to proceed. They know that it's happened, so they went ahead and scheduled, but they are not they're not proceeding until they have everything according to, I'm sure, what the judge feels is needed to advance. So they don't have the report to be able to make the determination. So until they have that, they're kind of in a holding pattern, but they did schedule October 8th and October 15th. So we'll see how this is moving forward. I guess that's it. That's all. So AFENI is, she's probably going to be fine to stand. I mean, there are people like the guy today, the DeCarlos Brown. I don't know what his situation is. He says they say he's schizophrenic. So we don't really know if he's going to need some therapy to be able to be to assist with his defense. But I think AFENI's, we're going to see what the report says. I can't diagnose her, but we'll see. Anyway, interesting stuff going on, guys. Oh my God, just so much. Anyway, if there's something, I know some of you guys have sent me some stories. I wish we could cover everything, but I'm doing the best that I can. So we'll get to as much as we can. And also keeping up with kind of our cases that we've been covering. So, but that's it for right now. I might come back a little bit later, but I'm not sure. If I can, I will. If not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow around lunchtime. But if there's anything interesting or breaking news or whatever, I will definitely be back. But as far as like a reaction. We might do that. We might do that a little bit later. If not, we'll definitely do something around lunchtime tomorrow. Okay, guys. I hope that you guys have a wonderful afternoon. If you're on the replay, please make sure to thumbs up this video. If you're new here, hit subscribe so that you can be notified. There's only one way to set your notifications, and that's if you're subscribed to this channel. And once you're subscribed, make sure to thumbs up this video, and I will see you next time I go live, post a video, and do all of the things. Have a wonderful day, guys. See you later.